Today we will discuss diode biasing. Welcome to Easy BTech, your guide for BTech and beyond. Today's the topic is diode biasing. How the diode can be act as a forward bias, how the diode can be act as a reverse bias. That we will discuss here clearly. Diode biasing. Now, to understand the diode biasing, initially we have to understand what is an unbiased condition of the diode. When you are not applying any voltage, what happens to the diode? That we will discuss here. So here this is PN junction diode. Okay, under unbiased condition, here it is a P-type material, it is N-type material. Now in an P-type material, majority charge carriers are holes. These are the majority charge carriers. These all are the majority charge carriers. Here the majority charge carriers are electrons. Now, in a P-type semiconductor, we have the minority charge carriers are negative acceptor ions. These are negative acceptor ions. These are negative acceptor ions. In an N-type semiconductor, we have majority charge carriers are electrons and minority charge carriers are holes. These all are the holes. Okay. These are majority carriers. These are negative acceptor ions. Negative acceptor ions. In an N-type also same, these are the majority carriers, electrons, holes, and this is donor, positive donor ions. Okay. This is a basic PN junction formation. When a P side when a P-type material is sandwiched in one side of the crystal, and N-type material is sandwiched other side of the crystal, then formation of diode is PN junction diode. Okay, when one side of the crystal is sandwiched with p-type material and other side of the crystal is sandwiched with n-type material, in between this we will form a junction. This is known as a junction. A junction is separated both the elements or both the material. Now, due to concentration gradient, energy transfer from higher concentration to lower concentration. Due to concentration gradient, energy transfer from higher concentration to lower concentration. Okay. Now you can say in this condition, now you can see it is a majority charge carriers in p-type. This is a majority charge carriers in n-type. This due to this concentration gradient, some of these holes moves this side, and some in this is a p-type and it is an n-type. Due to this concentration gradient across the junction, some of the holes moves this side and some of the electrons moves this side, and the energy becomes equilibrium, and there is no further movement of the charge carriers from one side to other side, and the recombination takes place, and here acceptor ions, the negative acceptor ions are there in p side of the junction, and n side of the junction we are having donor ions, positive donor ions. Due to this, it will create ions, and this region is known as a depletion region. It creates a depletion region, space charge region, we will call these names. A depletion region is created across either side of the junction, and due to this positive and negative, a voltage is developed in the depletion region due to positive and negative charges, and whatever the charges are there in depletion region, these charges will become immobile ions. Whatever the charges are there in p side and n side are known as mobile charge carriers. In p side and n side. In the depletion region, these charges, this positive and negative ions can form a barrier voltage, and it is a immobile ion. There is no further movement. These are known as immobile ions, which is created in the depletion region. It is under unbiased condition. We are not giving any supply voltage to the PN junction diode externally. Under unbiased condition, a voltage is developed, in the depletion region. The voltage is developed in the depletion region is known as barrier voltage, or built-in potential voltage, barrier voltage and built-in potential voltage. Example, if you use the material is a silicon, this barrier voltage is 0.7 volts. If you use the material is a silicon, the barrier voltage is 0.7. If you use the material is a germanium, that built-in potential or barrier voltage is 0.3 volts. Okay. The barrier voltage developed within the depletion region for a silicon is 0.7, for a germanium is 0.3. And this developed voltage, this barrier voltage is nothing but VB is equal to VT ln NA ND by Ni square. VB, barrier voltage or built-in potential voltage, VB is equal to VT ln Na ND by Ni square. What is you can hear? VT means thermal temperature, that is 26 millivolts. That we will write T by 11,600. By substituting 300 by, we will get 26 millivolts temperature. Na is nothing but acceptor concentration. Acceptor concentration. Nd is nothing but donor concentration. Because in either side of the junction, the ions are due to acceptor and donor concentration only. Na means negative acceptor ion. Nd, donor concentration. It's a positive charge. And Ni is nothing but intrinsic carrier concentration. Intrinsic carrier concentration. Okay. This barrier voltage depends upon these parameters. These parameters will decide what is the barrier voltage across the diode or within the depletion region of the diode. Okay, students. In the next slide, we will see what happens forward bias. We will see here forward biasing. This PN junction diode biasing can be takes place in two types: forward bias and reverse bias. Now we will see what is a forward bias. It is a PN junction diode. It is a PN junction diode. Here we have the positive ions, positive charge carriers, mobile charge carriers. Here we are having the mobile charge carriers. They are the electrons in N side. This is N side. It is P side. Here we have acceptor ions. Here we have donor ions. This is a depletion region. This is a P side and N side. This region is known as depletion region. Depletion region. Now, okay, there is a depletion region. It is a voltage. This we will call as an external voltage or biasing voltage. We will call external voltage or biasing voltage. Now what happens? What is a forward bias? When P-type material is applied with positive terminal and N-type material is applied with negative terminal, then the diode is said to be forward bias. Okay, when a P-type of battery is when a positive terminal of the battery is connected to P-type element and a negative terminal of the battery is connected to N-type terminal, then the diode is operated in forward bias. What happens under forward bias? Because the same charges repulse. Same charges repulse and opposite charges attracts. Okay. Students, you can see here, when a positive is applied to the P-type material, due to this positive voltage here, now positive repulsion takes place, and here negative is applied to the N-type material. Due to the same charges, repulsion takes place. Now what happens? Now, as voltage means biasing voltage increases, what happens? Width of the depletion region, this width of the depletion region, decreases. Width of the depletion region decreases. Now you can see the statement how it is. Now we know the barrier voltage. Barrier voltage is equal to built-in potential only. Barrier voltage is nothing but built-in potential minus applied voltage. This is a biasing voltage. Okay. VB is a barrier voltage. Barrier voltage. V0 is a built-in potential. Both are same. Built-in potential. V is a applied voltage. V is a applied biasing voltage. Applied biasing voltage. Now you can say, we know that this VB is equal to 0.7 for a silicon. If you are using a silicon material, the built-in potential voltage is 0.7. Now suppose you are giving external voltage is 0, then VB is equal to 0.7. Now there is no change in the depletion region. No change in the depletion region width. Depletion region width. There is no change in the depletion region width. Suppose the applied voltage is 0.3 volts. Now you are applying the external voltage, biasing voltage is 0.3. Then the barrier voltage is 0.7 minus 0.3. Then you will get 0.4. You are getting 0.4 volts. Now what happens? Barrier voltage decrease. It means width of the depletion region, decreases. Width of the depletion region decreases. Now as when V is equal to 0.7, then barrier voltage VB is equal to 0.7 minus 0.7. At this point what happens? It becomes 0. Now there is no depletion region. Width becomes 0. Width becomes 0. Okay. Now at this condition, what happens? Now you can see here. Now these all are positive. This depletion region becomes 0. And some of the charge carriers crosses this junction. Some of the carriers crosses this side and some of the charge carriers crosses this junction. Okay. Okay, students. Due to forward bias voltage, sum of holes from P side crosses the junction and enters into the N side, and vice versa. It means sum of electrons from N side crosses the junctions and enters into the P side. Okay. Due to which current flows due to which current flows due to majority charge carriers, due to which current flows due to majority charge carriers. Okay. Now what are the majority charge carriers in P-type? Holes crossing the junction and entering into the N side, and electrons from N side crossing the junctions and entering into the P side. And current in PN junction diode is due to majority charge carriers under forward bias condition, and the current in forward bias in terms of milliamps. That is, current under forward bias is 10 power minus 3 amps. The current under forward bias is 10 power minus 3. This is the forward bias condition. Okay, when the diode is operated in reverse bias, now you can see, now it is a diode which is operated in reverse bias. What is a reverse bias? Negative terminal of the battery is connected to P side. Here we have the junction as usual. Okay. This is a P side and it is an N side. It is a depletion region. This we will call as a depletion region. This is a N-type material. It is a P-type material. Majority charge carriers are holes. In P side we have holes and negative acceptor ions. These are the holes, majority charge carriers and negative acceptor ions. Here we have majority charge carriers are electrons and positive donor ions. Positive donor. Here donors, here electrons. This is a depletion region. In this depletion region, what happens? It means under unbiased condition, this depletion region creates, and the voltage within the depletion region is 0.7 volts for silicon, 0.3 for germanium. Now you are biasing. Okay, now you can see it. Okay. Negative terminal of the battery is connected to P-type semiconductor, P-type element, and positive terminal of the battery is connected to N-type material. Okay, negative is connected to P side and positive is connected to N side. Now what happens? Charges, opposite charges attracts. Now what happens? Holes, the majority carriers in holes is majority charges in P-type. In P-type, majority are holes are attracted towards negative terminal of battery. Negative terminal of battery, and electrons from N side electron from n side are attracted towards positive terminal of the battery. Under these conditions, this majority charge attracted towards this majority charge carriers are attracted towards this, and these majority charge carriers are attracted towards this. Now what happens? The width of the depletion region changes. Okay. The width of the depletion region, increases. The width of the depletion region increases. What happens? The width of the depletion region increases. Okay, we will see this. That is, VB is equal to barrier voltage is equal to V. V0 is a built-in potential. V is a barrier voltage. V0 is a built-in potential minus applied voltage. This is a reverse voltage. Okay. Now the barrier voltage VB is equal to V0 minus into minus plus P. Now what happens? This is a PN junction diode. Now this is a junction. Due to a negative terminal, now this width will be increases. This all becomes a negative charge. This will becomes a positive charge. Okay, this is P side, it is N side. Now due to negative voltage across the P side, the width of the depletion region increases. Here this. Now the voltage here is also increases. Suppose V0 is 0.7 for silicon and the applied reverse bias voltage is, you will get like 1 volt, then it will becomes 1.7 volt. Means a larger voltage is developed in the depletion region. Now if we increase further, if voltage is increased further, if this reverse bias voltage is increased further, what happens? Now the depletion region will totally, this is a total negative ions. This totally, it means as the reverse bias voltage increases further, then the negative charges can occupy this entire, and the positive charges will occupy this entire. Now what happens? Again negative and repulsion takes place. Here positive repulsion. Now here from P side to N side, electrons are moving. From P side to N side, electrons are moving. From N side to P side, holes are moving. Positive charges, holes are moving. It means under reverse bias, current conduction takes place due to minority charge carriers. The current under reverse bias, current conduction takes place due to minority charge carriers. Next, this current is in an order of, the reverse current is in an order of 10 power minus 6. If you are using germanium, the silicon is in terms of microamperes. If you are using silicon, the current is very small, that is nanoamperes. Okay, the reverse current is in an order of 10 power minus 6 micro for germanium. For a silicon, the current, reverse current is 10 power minus 9 nanoamperes. That much of current, very small amount of current will be produced under this reverse bias. Under reverse bias, the resistance across the diode is in terms of mega ohms. Due to high resistance, the current is small and the diode is known as a off switch. So that we'll see here. Small comparison. A small comparison between P-type material and N-type material. So it is we'll see small comparison of forward bias and reverse. It is a forward bias and it is a reverse bias of P-type and N-type materials. Now it is a forward bias. Under forward bias, diode act as on switch. Okay. Diode act in reverse bias, diode act as off switch. Okay. This is a diode. This is a anode and this is a cathode. Okay. Now we will represent in this. This is a symbol. Here the diode, this indicates the direction of the current. Anode, cathode. The reverse bias, negative, positive. Okay. This is a reverse bias. This is forward bias. Next. Low resistance path. Low resistance. Under forward bias, diode resistance is 1 kilo ohm. Some ohm to, like ohm to kilo ohm. Ohm to kilo ohm in forward. In reverse, high resistance. That is greater than mega ohm. The resistance of a diode under reverse bias is greater than mega ohms. Next. Current is under forward bias, the current is an order of 10 power minus 3. This we will call as a milliamps. The current under forward bias, reverse bias, if it is a silicon, here both for silicon, germanium, same order. Here, if it is germanium, the current is in terms of minus 6, that is microamperes. For a silicon, it is nanoamperes. This is for germanium, this is for silicon. Nanoamperes. This is a PN junction diode, or a PN junction diode, how it can act as a forward and reverse bias characteristics. Okay. Under, you can see the diode, VI characteristics. If you study the VI characteristics of the diode, voltage and current characteristics. Now you can see by the experiment, okay, we can give a voltage here. Now we will keep a resistor like 1 kilo ohm and connect an ammeter, because in series current is same, milliamperes for forward bias, a diode, and the voltage across the diode V. This is by increasing this voltage, note down the current through the diode in series current same and the voltage drop across the diode. Voltage drop for a silicon diode. Silicon. Say now in this case, if you see the structure, this forward current, it is forward voltage. Now this, if you want to plot a, if you can draw a voltage ampere characteristics. Okay, by using this RPS, if you increase this voltage, what happens? I told you now, biasing. Positive is connected to the P-type element, that is anode. The diode is conducted in forward bias. Now when it starts conduction, the cut-in voltage of the diode is, suppose if it is a germanium, the cut-in voltage of the germanium is 0.3 volts. If it is for germanium. If you take it as a silicon, for a silicon diode, the cut-in voltage is 0.7 volts. This we will call as a cut-in voltage. This is a forward bias characteristics. During reverse bias, either you may change this polarity or you may change the diode. You may change the polarity, or suppose you are giving a negative, positive, 1 kilo ohm you may choose. Ammeter. Here ammeter you may take like micro or nano, depending upon the type of material. Diode and voltage across the diode. Okay. By increasing this voltage, now here is negative connected to positive. Now note down the reading of this ammeter current and the voltage drop across the diode. This red region is known as reverse bias. It is a forward bias. This is forward bias. This region is known as reverse bias region. Here you may see somewhat linear. You may see like this graph. Practically, if you see like this, you will see the linearity region can be takes place in reverse. This is for germanium, and for silicon, this is for silicon. These voltages are known as breakdown voltage. This we will call as a breakdown voltage. Generally, in ordinary diodes, in low doped diodes, for a low doped diodes, this breakdown regions cannot be seen, or it may be seen greater than 6 volts, maybe at 100 volts or 50 volts like that, you may see. But breakdown voltages cannot operated under ordinary diode, because when a ordinary diode, it is operated at a breakdown region, the diode is completely damaged. For a ordinary PN junction diode or a lightly doped diode, the breakdown voltage is greater. Always remember, the breakdown voltage is inversely proportional to the doping concentration. The breakdown voltage is inversely proportional to the doping concentration. For a lightly doped material, breakdown voltage is greater. For a heavily doped semiconductor, the breakdown voltage is very small. These are some VI, voltage and current characteristics of the diode. Okay. Now, PN junction diode, PN junction diode, PN junction diode, depletion region width, depletion region width due to doping concentration, due to doping concentration, doping concentration. Now you can see here, now here it is a P-type material and N-type material. This is a width expansion, width expansion. This is a junction. This is a junction, you can see it is a junction. Now this in the depletion region, here in N side, this is an N side and this is a P side. The width expansion is equal. It means P and N are equally doped, and P and N are equally doped, and P and N materials are equally doped. That is, width of P side is equal to width across N side. Okay. Now suppose you take, in this case, now you can see. Now you can see this width is known as WP, this width is known as WN. Here P is N plus and it is P minus. Here you can see clearly P is lightly doped, P is lightly doped, and N is heavily doped, heavily doped. Now you can see here clearly the width expansion. The width expansion is inversely proportional to the doping concentration. Already in the last class we studied what is the doping concentration. One impurity part in 10 power 3 heavily doped plus one impurity atom 10 power 6 to 8 moderate. One impurity atom for 10 power 8 to 11 it is lightly doped. It is a heavily doped, it is a moderate dope, it is a lightly dope. Means depending upon this doping concentration, the width expansion of the depletion region may take place. Okay students, this is a PN junction diode under forward and reverse bias condition. Okay students, in today's lecture we have studied how the PN junction diode is used and how PN junction diode is operated in forward bias and how PN junction diode is operated in reverse bias. What is the PN junction diode resistance under forward bias and reverse bias, and what is its width expansion depending upon the doping concentration, and VI characteristics of the diode. You can see it in the slides. is a BTech guide for BTech and beyond. Thank you.